Death gives meaning to life because without death, we would not maximize the full potential of life. The human race has progressed this far because we're aware of the reality that we're gonna die. It is that fear that allowed us to seek greater means by which we can sustain our existence, minimize the time it takes us to do mundane tasks, and immortalize our memories on the face of the earth. Without death, theoretically, we wouldn't have progressed. Without death, life would be nothing. So before coming to this conclusion, I decided to define what the meaning of life meant so I could better evaluate the question at hand. Nowadays, people often insist, sometimes in a sorrowful way, other times more cynically, that life has no meaning. This is due to two reasons, the first having to do with religion, where the story goes that life had a clear meaning given to people by God, which was worshipping Him. But now the religious population has declined, so has the meaning that God once guaranteed. The second reason is science, which claims that life does have a meaning, but it's rather bleak and narrow. For humans, as for all other living things like cells, the meaning of life is survival and the progression of us as a species. So now that we have our two reasons, we should start by saying there is no meaning in life outside of that which we can find as a species. There's no objective meaning written in a holy book or in the strands of our DNA. The School of Life, an educational company, proposes that what prompts people to say that life has no meaning are these various feelings of unhappiness or the feeling of defeat. The School of Life also proclaims that life is a case of knowing enough about yourself to find a particular path to service. All in all, the meaning of life is to pursue human flourishing. So the question really comes down to, does death play a part in human development? There was this Austrian neurologist and psychiatrist as well as a Holocaust survivor who lived from 1905 to 1977 by the name of Viktor Frankl. He said that if we were immortal, we would legitimately postpone every action forever. It would be of no consequence whether or not we did a thing now. But in the face of death, as absolute fitness to our future and boundary to our possibility, we are under the imperative of utilizing our lifetimes to the utmost, not letting the singular opportunities pass by unused. By living forever, we would procrastinate or be unmotivated to take action. Consequently, nothing would get done, humanity would not advance, and our lives would become meaningless. His points on the matter were as follows. If we were immortal, we would be unmotivated. Reflecting on one's finitude motivates us to make most of our lives. Therefore, reflecting on one's finitude is necessary for one's life to be meaningful. English philosopher Bernard Williams also adopted the same thought. In a well-known essay, he disputed that death is never an evil. He argues that premature deaths are a misfortune, but it is a good thing that we do not live forever. William discusses a play by Karel Capek. In the play, a celebrated singer named Alina Markopoulos was given an elixir by her father that extended her life by 300 years. At the age of 342, her life, as Williams writes, has come to a state of boredom, indifference, and coldness. Alina refused to take the life-altering elixir again, and she dies. William contends that immortal human beings would necessarily be bored as a result of repetitive experiences or would lose their sense of identity in trying to overcome the boredom, either of which could make their lives unappealing and not worth living. As Max Chi, a scholar in Tangku Abdul Rahman College, puts it, it's like playing a chess game that will never end. What's the point of play? Just to enjoy the game? Can you really enjoy the game while knowing you will never win or lose? Life would be unsatisfactory and meaningless without death. Death is a motivator that spurs human development and goes hand in hand with life like the heads and tails of a coin. Death is necessary for life to be meaningful.